Welcome everyone to another Geek Aloud's Plays. This is first impressions of Watch Dogs. The load time when you first get it in is horrendous. Every time you boot up from the main menu, horrible load time. The game cutscenes look okay. They, last gen E, they don't look as good as the original E3 trailer promised, I don't think. Some very nice After Effects work though throughout. It's very themed. It feels good. It's got that sci-fi edge element to it. It looks nice at times. The story itself throughout that video is glitchy in the game. It's that same theme. The story, I'm sort of 90 minutes in at this stage, hasn't really done it for me. The main protagonist, not that interesting. For some reason he sounds like Batman.
Last time I was back here, it was Lena's birthday. Jackson adored her.
But that's only occasionally. He drops into and out of Batman. I'm not sure what that's about. The gameplay itself is fun. Moving around, stealth elements, and it's, got the standard options. You can be aggressive or not. Hacking's as it was promised, hack a camera, then hack a guy's smartphone, get some codes, hack a server remotely, cause a blackout. It's all fun. Looks quite good. The scripted scenes are quite nice. Once you get into the open world, it's a bit not as interesting. Looks good in the scripted environments, however. It plays well. It feels like it's from the developers who made Assassin's Creed, who have no experience in car driving games. The cars feel horrible, really floaty on the road. The physics just aren't there. Same with motorbikes. Riding a motorbike into a brick wall, that is not what would happen. This is what would happen if you were full throttle against a brick wall. The way they sort of do the HUD for the NPCs is straight out of Daniel Suarez's Demon and Freedom books. Great reads. This feels like it's lifted a lot of thoughts from there, and even this sort of overlay on where you're driving is straight from those books. But it would make more sense if the protagonist had, Google Glass or some sort of virtual HUD up. It would just blend better, I feel. The skill tree's fine. As I said, I'm only an hour into it, so I'm sure it'll pay off in the long run, but it feels very sort of stock standardy at the minute. There's elements of fun where you can explode things and blow people up in the street, but, this was my sort of first chance to do it, and it would have been fun, but, as soon as I blew up, I think it was 3 people, the cops were called, the mission failed, so it's an open world, but it doesn't really feel that open. You can steal cash, but once again, it doesn't feel that meaningful. You can run street hoods down, you get a little bit of cash, but, it does really feel... It reminds me, I'm sad to say, of the first Assassin's Creed. There's some weird glitches in it where there's, the NPC sort of info there. There should be 2 character models there, they're not there. Whether that sort of thing will be patched in due course, who can say. But, it's certainly not a high level of polish. There's some user-created content, little, sort of community-type challenges where you can run through parkour-type courses or, destroy X amount of things. That feels kind of Saints Row 4-y, which is the most fun I had was in this, but it's not really to do with the core gameplay. And then dying by jumping into water? What is this, Infamous?